It's beer o'clock on Reload Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Bad & Co, Brewers and Distillers, and it's a bottle of the Comfortably Numb. It's a pale ale coming in at 3.8% ABV, and there's a look at the bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Look at that. You can see the head climbing in the neck of the bottle. Beer in the glass then. I'm a big fan of Bad Company, if I'm perfectly honest. I often, at Christmas time, get a cask or a keg, should I say, of their Aura, their pale ale, their Aura. Most Christmases I'll buy that. It's a very good value keg of beer for what you get. I think it's about £16 as of speaking in 2019. What other beers they do? They produce a really nice beer called Boston Tea Party. That's a New England IPA. Again, you can pick it up in the supermarket. It's not bad. It's quite a nice beer. So I'm looking forward to this Comfortably Numb. What do we get in the glass? It's a 2-finger white head. Good levels of carbonation. It's a slightly hazy amber coloured ale. Let's get the aroma. That is really nice and kind of juicy and refreshing. It's got a nice hop character to it. Yeah, it's got juicy. It's like a mango aroma. Touch of strawberry, a jamminess, a tartness to it. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Lovely, really nice. For me, 3.8% ABV, anything under 4% ABV, unless it's a sour beer, I generally struggle with. There's not many beers under 4% which I can go, I absolutely really love this style of beer, this particular beer in my hand. But talking about this particular beer in my hand, it's very nice. It's very drinkable, as you would expect for 3.8% ABV. There's a little bit of a malty, sweet character coming through, and then it pushes through on the back end with some of them nice jammy hops I was talking about. Maybe a touch of mango and some mixed fruit jam, something like that. A slight, very slight kind of lemon and lime flavour as well coming through. It's really good beer, very tasty. Talking about the beers at under 4% ABV, yeah, it's really only a sour, and that's because of the punch that the sour can produce to really kind of, it almost becomes the ultimate beer because it's just so refreshing and it's just so full of flavour. That's what sour beers do. But this, yeah, it's one of those for me. It's a starter beer. It's when your mate phones you up in the morning and says, come on, meet me around the pub at 12, and you think, oh, it's going to be a long day, you know, football starts and you start watching games of football in the pub. Before you know it, it's 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And you've been out for 10 hours. So it's always nice to pace yourself. This is a very much like a pace yourself beer, I'd say. Very respectable flavours for 3.8% ABV. What does the brewer say? It's an unfiltered, maybe naturally hazy beer that does not impair the great taste and aroma. Well, this does not impair the great taste and aroma. And then it goes on about food pairings and tasting notes and ingredients, which are just water, malted barley, hops and yeast. Yeah, another beer from Bad & Co then, which, or sorry, I should say Bad Co, Brewing and Distilling, which, yeah, it's very respectable. They're a brewery that seem to have like come from nowhere. If you think the guys over at they're watching my YouTube live feed, I think, I mean, maybe he's still watching, Hop Scene, if you have a look at his YouTube channel, he actually done a collaboration with Stuart Pickard with these guys. I can't remember what particular beer it was now, but yeah, that was the first time I heard of Badco Brewing and Distilling, and then within a year or two they hit the supermarkets in the UK in a big way, but producing really good beer. Let's rate it. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. As I said, a beer at under 4% ABV, I'm not gonna like... It's a good starter beer, as I mentioned. It's not something you would kind of like jump on your bike and ride 10 miles for, like you might a big juicy double IPA. But it's not a big juicy double IPA, is it? It's a 3.8% ABV, hoppy, respectable ale. I like it enough to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! And cheers.